of the field yet to tee off. Ricky Fowler, the leader right now at 6 under with 5 holes to play. Xander Schauffele, 1 shot back at 5 under. Ryan Fox at 3 under. The third major of the year getting started as the Wall Street Journal reports the U.S. Department of Justice has opened a review of the planned golf merger involving the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, and the Saudi Public Investment Fund. ESPN's Mark Schlabach says no one knows yet if LIV Golf will exist after this year.
Everybody around the PGA Tour thinks LIV's going away, so we'll just have to see. I don't think anybody really knows the truth, and people are just repeating what they've heard, but certainly a lot to shake out over the next several months.
Mark Schlabach on Freddie and Fitzsimmons. The Nuggets got their championship parade today in downtown Denver. The Nuggets won their first NBA title on Monday night, beating the Heat in 5 games.
It's Wrangler season out there. Open roads, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles made for your next adventure. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, 2 men, 1 journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit. Let's go! Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
Welcome into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy. We're heard everywhere around the world on the iHeartRadio app, seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link, subscribe to the channel so you can join us in the chat. And today, we're going to have some fun today.
We are. We had to move cameras around. We got a little latency issue with tanks that we will work to fix as we go along.
Hope that's not too distracting for you.
Yeah, it does kind of. It kind of looks like a Godzilla movie right now, but I'll fix that as quickly as I can. We discovered that there is a gigantic age difference between intern Jake, who you now can see on screen for the first time. Say hello to the people, Jake.
Hello, everybody.
There he is. And we realized that he doesn't know what TGIF was. And so we're going to play a fun game of what was this television theme song. And then if he gets it wrong, we will explain what the show was badly. Because when you really think about the shows that we watched years ago, why did we do that? Like step by step. Why did we do that? And
well, we watched it for Dana. Everybody knows that.
It's kind of like Boy Meets World. We watched that for Topanga.
Yeah.
It was a really stupid show, but Topanga was okay.
And everybody watched that show going, how is she interested in Corey? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it still doesn't make any sense.
I always thought she should be with Sean. Like, he's the good-looking one.
I'm not going to lie. I really wanted to ask her. As I have teased, there is a Topanga story with me. Mm-hmm. I wanted to ask her, did you ever look at them and say, who do you think is stupid enough to think that I would be interested in Ben Savage?
We're going to play the fun TV theme song, or as the boards, does that say TV thing?
I said theme, but Jake wrote thing.
The TV thing game is going to be coming up at the end of this hour, or the second half of this hour, I guess we should say. We also have to continue with our Tennessee top hats and our Beer City, what is it? Battalion? Now there it is. I already forgot the name of my fictitious football team here. We're doing the Sportsocracy expansion draft rookies today. So we got a bunch of picks on the way.
Oh yeah, we're to the doldrums, folks.
Because apparently the last time the NFL did this, they gave the expansion teams a pick at the beginning and the end of each round.
So we got to pick some rookies. We're going to make a team. We're going to talk about breakout rookies in the NFL. That's our daily draft today. We're going to have some fun.
Well, we got to open it up with the the story of the weekend, I guess, because you got the NBA Finals is now over. The Denver Nuggets having their parade today, and yes, Nikola Jokic did stay in town long enough for the parade. Apparently, the Nuggets owner is going to be flying him home tonight. So they were able to keep him in town for a second.
I have to go home.
Did you also hear that he lost the MVP trophy?
Yes, I did. That's how much Nikola Jokic cares about your trinkets.
First off, he didn't even carry it off the floor. Somebody else had to grab it and take it back and then they gave it to him, in the locker room. And then apparently he put it like in a staffer's office, and it disappeared from the office. So that's the next thing that you're going to see auctioned off on the dark web is Nikola Jokic's Finals MVP trophy.
And if anybody has that, you can contact me, Jeremy, at the Sportsocracy, because that is something I would love to get my hands on.
Because he will pay a lot for it.
Yes, I will. Indeed, I will.
Just so he can meet Nikola Jokic.
No doubt. And you never know. Maybe we fly back to Serbia. We recreate Step Brothers.
I could
ride a horse or two together.
I was gonna say this is. I could see a note being sent to Nikola of some sort of. I have your MVP trophy. They call you the Joker. I can be your Batman. We should do karate in the garage.
Why so serious?
So the expansion draft, we got breakout rookies that we're going to be drafted today. And let's start out with the U.S. Open, because this is an interesting U.S. Open because they're playing at a course that they haven't played at in, 75 years?
They haven't had a tournament on this course in the PGA since the 50s. And virtually nobody that's playing in this tournament has actually played this course before.
Which seems strange.
Well, Pat, the West Coast guys have. There's not as many of those as you would think, though.
Mm-hmm.
So Max Homa played here. Patrick Cantlay played here. Those are guys I'm leaning on, and I really don't care how it starts.
Max Homa actually owns the course record at the LA Country Club.
He does.
So
that's why he's been
a 9 under during the the Pac-12 championship.
That's why he's been a trendy pick this week. Yes, Ricky Fowler is leading the tournament right now. No, I don't care. But he shot a 500, and he could shoot a 15 over tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. Have you seen the rough in this place?
Oh, it's thick.
Oh, it's insane.
Bermuda
That ball just disappeared.
Yeah.
There was a podcaster that was playing the fun game of, hey, look, I threw a ball in the rough, and it disappeared. So it's going to be a fun weekend.
It's going to be nasty.
I'm looking greatly forward to it, because this may be the last sporting event that I really care about for, I don't know, 9 weeks.
There's some pretty long holes on this course as well, so you'd think that guys like Bryson DeChambeau, big hitters, they'll be able to put up some points.
This is a short course.
I was gonna say, but there are also some of the shortest holes on the.
This is not a long hitters golf course.
No, it's a very challenging course that they've come up with. There's a lot of length to some of the holes. There's some of the par threes are very short. And then if you stray off course into that Bermuda grass, God help you. We've already seen Bryson get in trouble with that today. He hit a hell of a shot, though, out of the Bermuda grass on the lip of the bunker and just kind of backspun it into the cup. It wasn't for a great score, though. He had to save par with that, which tells you if you're inaccurate on this course, it's going to be a rough weekend.
It's going to be tough.
Pun intended.
It's going to be tough, and I'm looking forward to it. I love golf. I love this tournament. If you're not a golf fan, this is the one where the USGA basically sits down and goes, how can we screw with the golfers the most? Let's do it here.
Do you like Brooks Koepka this weekend? Do you think that he can win a third U.S. Open?
Not particularly.
Really?
No. He was the ones I really leaned on were Scheffler. He's almost like a cheat code at this point, solely because he's going to finish in the top 5. I like Victor Hovland a lot, and I liked Justin Thomas before today, and that has not gone particularly well so far.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, if Brooks Koepka is back, then I think it wouldn't be bad to, have an eye on him this weekend. Elias Sports Bureau. This is one of the stats of the day. We don't have music because, that's owned by Dan Patrick. But Brooks Koepka has finished either first or second in 9 of the past 22 majors.
Which is absurd.
Which means 41% of the time in the last 22 majors, he has finished either first or second. Now, I want to play that fun game with you, Jeremy, of the only other players with at least 3 top 2 finishes in majors since June of 2017 are. There's 3 of them.
Okay, say it one more time.
The only other players since June of 2017 to finish at least to have 3 top 2 finishes in majors. There's 3 of them.
Scotty Scheffler?
No.
Victor Hovland?
No.
John Rahm?
No.
I'm doing poorly at this. Jordan Spieth?
No.
Justin Thomas?
No.
I'm done. I don't know.
Dustin Johnson's done it 4 times.
Which is weird because I don't even think about him in majors anymore.
Louis Oosthuizen, remember when he had that run of finishing first and second in majors? He did it 3 times since June of 2017. And the other one, it's going to surprise you. It's a local kid. Kind of. Will Zalatoris has done it 3 times.
I should have known Will Zalatoris.
3 times. That kid's going to win one eventually. Brooks Koepka's on. I mean, I feel like he's back. He'll be in the discussion at the end of the weekend.
He's been on a whale of a tear. I just don't necessarily think this course fits him all that much. Mm-hmm. But we will see over the course of the next 4 days. I can tell you definitively, Sunday, I hope you don't expect much from me because I ain't moving. After
he finished second at the Masters, has Phil got anything? He's still chasing that elusive U.S. Open.
Well, the funny thing is that in the events that he has played in the last 2 years, he's made more cuts than you think. Do I think he has anything in terms of winning it? No, if I was going off the board on somebody, I mean, you know the name I'm going to say because I say this every time we do this because the kid still doesn't get the respect he deserves despite the fact he's been in the top 15 the last 3 majors. Sahith Theegala.
Yeah.
He's, to me, if you told me somebody just weird, like just off the beaten path won this, it would be him. Because this course does fit him really nicely.
Okay. All right. So you got your best bets of the weekend are coming up at the end of this hour. So if you're looking to make a bundle of money or possibly make a bundle of money on the U.S. Open, Jeremy has a couple of picks for you at long odds that just might pay off. Other than that, I think it's going to be a great tournament. Just to be able to see the differences from hole to hole on how these guys can perform. Because like I said, switching back and forth, the real short play to long play, the weather's going to be good, so it's going to be fast. It
was funny over the course of the week watching guys try to line up practice rounds here. There were guys that did not know where this golf course was. Mm-hmm. Because that's how little they've seen it.
Oh, it's exclusive. It is an exclusive. How about this? The Playboy Mansion sits on the 13th hole of this golf course. Hugh Hefner never had a membership. I don't know if that was on purpose. Like if he just couldn't really get one, or
Hugh got enough in life. Okay, I don't think he really needed a membership to this golf club. He also didn't strike me as a guy that was. I'm going to play 18 holes of golf.
He didn't have much strength left.
That's true. Man needed a Gatorade.
Would you say? I mean,
I wouldn't leave the house. This is where my life is. I don't even go get my own groceries.
Jeremy doesn't even go to the bedroom anymore. He just lives in the grotto.
I sit in the pool. This is my place. This is where I am.
Think of all the diseases in that pool. Yikes.
That's where your brain goes. That's why you 100%. Would have never been invited.
No.
Now, me, on the other hand,
I would be.
Oh, yeah, they would have invited me.
Jeremy would have got crazy.
Jeremy just shows up and starts Stone Cold Steve Austin and beers. Hey, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't care. I'm here to party. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a very exclusive golf course. Not a lot of guys on the course or on the tour have played it, at least not in a tournament, and especially not in a major. And that is what I'm interested in. See, this is what golf needs to bring more. Golf needs to bring more things we've never seen before.
I don't 100% know that I agree with that. This could end up being an absolute disaster. Well, we could get to Sunday and nobody in the field's under par. That wouldn't surprise me at all. This course is evil.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't that make it better?
I've never been one of those. I see. To me, I like the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
I'm not necessarily one of those, if I want to watch the best players in the world shoot 7 over. That doesn't really do it for me. And I get that with the Open Championship. I mean, it's fine.
But does it have to be?
There have been years that has been a huge detriment.
Sure. And
where the course was just flat out too hard.
Mm-hmm.
The year they burnt the grass off, that was a nightmare.
When was that?
Oh, they were having to bring in, I don't remember what year that was, but they were having to bring in water, and they were soaking this golf course because it hadn't rained. And basically, they burnt the grass off. It looked like they were playing in a cow pasture. And
because of the heavy watering?
No, because it hadn't rained in forever.
Oh.
And they had made the course pure evil. And I don't remember who won. I'll look it up in the break.
Okay.
It was a disaster.
I'm still early in my golf fandom here, so I don't think it really matters to me whether as long as it's as it's a close match at the end. Like on Sunday, I want it to be last 6-7 holes, 2 or 3 guys have a chance to pull it out. And I don't really care what the score is. It doesn't need to be 19 under for the tournament.
No, see, I'm one of those, I fall in the middle. I like Augusta because very rarely, usually the winning score at Augusta is 9-12, and I'm good with that. That's perfect.
Okay.
I don't need to see the best golfers in the world look like me.
Well, I don't think they'll ever look like it. What's the best you've ever shot?
74.
Which was how much over par? Or under?
It was a par. I think it was a par 71 course, so I was about 3 over. That was when I played a lot. Now I'm a very lax golf fan that shows up, and by the 14th hole, hey, watch this! I'm gonna hit my ball off my beer can.
So the strokes kind of balloon after.
I'm more of a low 80s kind of guy now. Now, if I played this course, I'd shoot 214, and I'm well aware of that.
Okay.
I'm also one that's like, hey, the ball's laying on a sprinkler head. Let's move that. I'm not playing it off a tree root. Not separating my shoulder because you're a stickler for the rules, Dale.
Right. The U.S. Open has begun at the L.A. Country Club, and again, it's the first time in what did that say?
1954, I think, was the last time we had an event here.
Okay. Wow.
Never had a U.S. Open here.
Yeah, it's first time for the U.S. Open. Ricky Fowler on top of the leaderboard right now at 6 under par. He's through 14 holes on the day. Through 12 is Xander Schauffele at 5 under, and then you got a hole. Excuse it?
Xander Schauffele.
He's at 5 under, 1 stroke back from Ricky Fowler, and then you got a whole mess of dudes that are at 2 under par for the day so far. So, yep, we'll keep you up to date on how things are going at the U.S. Open here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingles, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingles, all the ingredients for family.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
Since man created roads, they've been looking for ways to get off-road and vehicles to take them there. That's where Outlaw Off-Road comes in. A premier off-road center for Jeeps, trucks, and SUVs with a complete lineup of off-road and overland services, including maintenance and repair to make your vehicle all that it can be. Check out their location right here in Western North Carolina at 85 Avery Creek Road. Call them today at 828-974-8480 or visit them on the web at theoutlawoffroad.com.
I'm Israel Gutierrez. I'm hosting a new podcast called 4 Years of Heat. It takes you to Miami from 2010 to 2014. when LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade set the NBA ablaze.
You know, have an opportunity to team up with the best trio to ever play the game of basketball.
We'll take you inside those 4 monumental years with behind-the-scenes access and insight about one of the greatest teams ever assembled. 4 years of heat on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, neighbor, it's Jake from State Farm. Big news, I'm on Roblox. If you want to hang out, swing by the State Farm neighborhood in iHeartland on Roblox. You can come see me for fun daily quests, snag some swag, or ride our Ferris wheel. And if you go to a concert at State Farm Park, you can rock out with some of music's biggest stars. To get started, head to iHeartRadio.com/Roblox. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Another dinger? Wow, what a game! Mark, you're the man for springing these seats.
My pleasure, buddy. I've got some extra spending cash these days, and I'm happy to share.
Extra cash? You driving rideshare or something?
Nope, way easier than that. I'm using Upside, the free cashback app that pays real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use Upside every time I fill up my tank, and I've already made around $200.
You've made around $200 just for buying the gas you were going to buy anyway?
Pretty smart, right?
Very smart. With my new long commute, I could be putting serious cash back in my pocket. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACTION to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ACTION for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ACTION for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Sportsocracy.
These guys are a f***ing disgrace.
Welcome back in to the show here on the
Reno League football action.
Woo.
Good Lord.
Why do we still do arena league things? I mean, if we figured out that doesn't work, nobody cares.
I mean, I guess it does for some. I think that there's a reason that the arena league is still going for some reason.
I mean, by the same context, the USFL and the XFL are still going. That doesn't mean they're working.
Fair point.
One of them
but
lost
the arena
$6
league,
million.
I was going to say, the arena league, it's lasted longer, hadn't it?
Yeah, but if you cared
No.
even for a second.
No. Even when I lived in a city that had an arena league team, I didn't care. Almost got kicked out of a Swamp Foxes game one time. That was fun.
Okay, I need to know. I'm trying to figure out what Tank could have. There are many things he could have done. I'm thinking eating somebody else's hot dog. Former Tank sitting in someone else's seat, even though he didn't mean to. It's in his seat, but he's surging into the other one.
Actually, I was being too loud. Get that. Arena League football. One guy's being too loud because I was the only one making a noise. I was trying to be I was like 20, well, I was old enough to drink at that point because I had had a few. So I was like 21, 22 years old and just trying to live my best life. I was trying to live up to the commercials. They had the commercials on local television.
Oh, it's nonstop football action. Come see the Charleston Swamp Foxes.
So I went, and it wasn't nonstop action. So I let them know. I almost got kicked out.
Did you boo? Were you one of those people?
I was not booing. No, I was just being really loud and really obnoxious. And like every time the quarterback would throw the ball, into the crowd, I would scream things, not obscene things, because there were children. I was on my best behavior words.
Well, I mean, there's probably
I was
42
working in
people.
radio at the time, so I didn't need like a headline on the sports page the next day to be, local broadcaster gets kicked out of Arena League football game. Still,
the headline should have been local broadcaster showed up at Arena League football.
Well, I thought I owed it to the city to support the product at least once, and I went, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I'm good. The arena thing just never really did it for me. Oh, we're playing on a 50-yard field, and we throw the kickoffs. Stop. This is stupid.
It was stupid.
This is stupid.
It was absolutely stupid. But there you go. There's your breaking news today. Antonio Brown no longer, I guess he still owns the team technically, but they don't have a league. So
what do you do at that point? Like, we keep practicing, boys. Why?
I don't know. Is it back in the day? So the Charleston Swamp Foxes, they were like in AFL 2. Do they still have that? Do they have like an AFL 1 and an AFL 2?
We've shot through all of these things 15 times.
I don't know.
I know the Denver Crush is the only team that has even partially made money.
It's like, are you like me? The only reason that that team exists is because of the Reba McEntire show? Because that's the only reason I know that show or that team exists.
No, I know it because John Elway owned it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No clue.
With John Bon Jovi.
Nice. Wait, I thought John Bon Jovi owned the Philadelphia team.
He did, but he started as if I'm not mistaken, he started out as a partial owner of the Denver Crush, and then he bought his own team.
Nah.
And it was like...
And Jaws was a part of that, right?
Ron Jaworski was there.
Soul, I think, was the name of the team.
Yeah, the Denver Crush had like 42 owners. It was absurd. And they were all celebrities.
But those were teams that were in AFL 1, and then you had teams like the Charleston Swamp Foxes.
Yeah, anything that has relegation or you've got a 2 and you're stop. I don't even watch ESPN 2. Does that still exist?
ESPN 2?
Yes.
Yes. Of course it still exists.
I don't pay attention.
You watch games on it all the time, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure I do. I see hey, it's Toledo and Kent State in Maction.
You just know
I got angry earlier that the golf is on USA. So,
but why?
Because it's stupid. It belongs on a network or ESPN. Stop making me hunt for things that I am not used to hunting for.
You should just stream it on the PGA website,
and that will eventually be the solution.
I feel like that's what everybody should do. But I guess that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, Notorious B.I.G. said, you shouldn't say it on ESPN Radio. I am a loyal purveyor of the fine content on ESPN.
I was going to say, the only reason you don't know that you're watching ESPN2 is because they changed the logo. Like back in the day, you knew you were watching the Deuce because it had that weird little, crazy like WWE script logo. But now it's just the same as the other.
Oh, you mean it's like MTV too? That was fun. We had MTV, and it showed nothing but music videos. Then it showed nothing but crap. We got MTV too, and that shows music videos.
Yeah.
And then it shows nothing but crap. So where do I watch music videos? Do they still make music videos?
Somehow MTV went from playing music videos to going to playing like pregnant teenager shows, and they had the cartoons late at night. And what was the Real World?
Oh,
and Road Rules.
There was a lot of Real World and Road Rules.
This is like the 17th All-Star Edition.
I was almost on the Real World, so I can't.
You were you made a cut for the show?
Yeah. Oh, I was
really?
I was into the final. I will safely say there were less than 100 people left.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. It was me and another girl that lived here, oddly enough. Neither one of us made it.
Did you have to do, was there an interview process?
Yeah, you had to send in. This was basically like before Instagram was a thing, and you had to record your own little reel of why you should be on the real world.
I need that tape.
I will. Well, first of all,
please tell me it exists.
I know it exists. I don't know where. And where any place it could be, you do not have access to.
Yeah,
because my mother would be the one that would potentially know.
Wait, you made a real world tape and then you gave it to your mom?
No, you had to send in a copy of the tape and you had to keep one for yourself.
Say, here, Mom, here's all about Jeremy.
Here's all the things that make me cute. Would you like to watch this?
I don't think she spent a lot of time watching
and then to my parents, they just go, man, we made some mistakes.
This is the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Speaking of television that nobody watches anymore.
Some of it we still watch.
Some of it we do because we can go back in time and we can see all these old shows. But up next, we're going to play the TV thing game or theme songs. It's going to be fun. Jeremy found out today, I really suck at this.
Oh, yeah. Brutally. Just awful. Bad as anybody I've ever seen. He was singing the words, and then, what show was that? How did you know the words?
They were all kind of the same for a while there back in the 80s. What can I say? We'll play the fun game coming up next. Das the concession stand.
Oh, what?
Das Duck Boot is what they're calling it, because obviously they're the mallards, and so they have a boot that's in the shape of, kind of like a duck's foot. The front of it's all flat like a fin.
So they have a duck hoof.
Yeah, or a webbed foot. So the duck boot, what do you put in it? They're selling a boot in the concession stand. What do you put in the boot?
Well, I mean, it's got to be beer.
Yes, it's beer.
I thought that would be like asking, what day is today?
67 ounces of beer in one glass.
That's a lot. That's too many ounces of beer.
The way as you are, because I thought it was hilarious that one of the write-ups on this little gimmick I saw here, or promotion, I guess I should call it, the write-up of the promotion said, that would be great to have 67 ounces of beer that you could have for all 9 innings of the game. And I went, I wouldn't make it out of the first inning with Jeremy.
No, it would go away very quickly, but it's going to get warm. I see. I'm a fan of let's just go 16 ounces at a time. If we're at a Mexican restaurant, then we go 32 ounces at a time.
Right.
The Dos Equis, pound that away.
Now, this is a special for Father's Day. They have the Father's Day beer boot special going on right now, where you can get the Das Duck boot filled with beer and 4 tickets to a Mallards game for only $69. Not bad. Or you can get the boot and the 4 tickets, the boot without the beer, for $59. Now, why would you pay $59 for the souvenir cup and not pay the extra $10 for the 67 ounces of beer in it? That's my question.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Makes zero sense.
No, I really only want the cup for the
I mean,
beer.
I guess if you're not a beer drinker, that is the option. But
Then
when
why do
somebody
you
offers you 67
why do you
ounces of beer for $10, you go, yeah, I'm doing that.
Well, I mean, what other beverage are you going to put 5.5 beers worth of fluid of it in a cup?
No, they put Coke in
I
it
want
or
a
something.
67-ounce Coke. You need a diabetes shot. It's a mess of sugar.
It is a pretty cool boot, though.
You ought not do that.
I will give him that. But I thought at least that would get Jeremy into the door. Now, also, are you telling me that refills on the boot are $10? Because I will come to every one of your games if you're going to just charge me $10 for 67 ounces of beer.
Yeah, I want to drink a lot of beers. I don't really care about the cup.
Bring your boot back and fill it up for $10. I feel like that's one of those disco night disasters waiting to happen.
The NFL has a bit of a problem. They have a show, comes on HBO. It's called Hard Knocks. Nobody wants to do it.
Of course.
To the point that HBO and the NFL went back to the Detroit Lions and said, hey, you want to do it again? Like, second year in a row, let's go.
They did it last year.
They did. That was a very quick, fast, in a hurry. No, we don't. So now the NFL is leveraged to the point that they are going to have to force one team to do this. Because there's 4 teams that can't say. No doubt. There's no doubt that's who it is.
That's the most interesting story of the year. Aaron Rodgers making his comeback?
Is it of the year?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I would agree, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being a homer.
No.
The other 3 teams that they could force to do this because they don't meet the criteria of none of them have a first-year head coach, none of them have been in the playoffs in the last 2 years, and none of the 4 of them have been on Hard Knocks in the last 10. It's the Bears, the Saints, the Commanders, and the Jets. That's New York Jets 100 times out of 100.
Absolutely. There's not another player.
The Saints are vaguely close.
I would disagree. I don't feel like that has appeal.
I would say the Saints and the Bears are about on par with each other, and they're light years behind the Jets.
Okay, I would agree with that.
And then Washington is somehow even they're light years behind the 2 I just said.
Absolutely.
Hey, we have Sam Howell. And Antonio Gibson, who Tank for some reason thinks is like a really good football player.
Who?
Antonio Gibson.
Well, he is. He's the best running back in the NFC East. It's not close.
He says such so absurd. It's although his boy Nico Collins been making plays in Houston Texans camp.
There you go.
You know what that means?
It's Nico Collins season.
No, that means Houston secondary sucks.
Come on, that's not good for you. Mr. Derek Stingley is going to have his breakout.
Oh, Lordy.
He must really suck, at least in camp.
It's not going particularly swimming.
Not going the way they wanted it to. All right, it's time to play the fun game where Jeremy is going to lead this game, and he is going to play TV theme songs for the kid and I to guess. And so Jake sitting in here with us once again in the Sportsocracy.
So each one of you will get a song, and if you get it right, I have no idea where the bell went. The bell is MIA.
You need my bell?
Nope.
Oh, you got it.
I found it. It was hiding. Been trying to rearrange cameras here because I think the computer's going to catch on fire, but we're going to try to get through this.
If it doesn't from the functionality that's going on over there, it's going to because of the heat or the temperature.
Yes, it's still. We're on. It is. I'm here on day 4 asking, please God, could somebody that knows how to fix an air conditioner come to the iHeart suite here and potentially find a way to make it less than 82 degrees. So here's the way the game works. I will hit a button. I will call one of you, and that will be your theme song. I'll hit a button like this.
Like that. Like that.
Yeah. And of course, it's not working.
Like that.
It's not working. We may have to delay the fun game until the next.
Well, this is no fun.
Well, this is the beauty of live radio. You got a computer that is just actively about to catch on fire. Right? We're going to have to hit Control-Alt-Delete before anything works.
So last segment we were talking to, we mentioned MTV. We were talking about MTV and MTV2 and the shows that were on. I mentioned The Real World.